Blink and you'll miss it. Here comes the speedy thief, Velociraptor. Many visitors are surprised when they first spot these handsome little devils. They arrive expecting a big, boxy, featherless raptor and are always shocked to see how slender and feathery these dinosaurs really are.
Hello everyone, and we are here at the June Dev Diary, and as you had just seen, the Velociraptor is our new species. But let's move on. Welcome to the June Development Update. In today's blog post, the team shares what is the longest dev diary in quite some time. We're talking animals, gameplay, pretty pictures, and painfully long word count. The whole shebang. There's so much to get through that we've just gotta get right into it. If you've been keeping up with our dev diaries, which we have over the last few months, you'll know that the team's been tackling a bunch of updates at the same time. While the next release continues to receive much of our focus, Update 8, we've been able to start pre-production for quite a few more updates. The team's been laying the groundwork for a number of exciting future additions, most notably Breakout's Animal Ontogeny and the much-requested Paleoflora, with specific advisory and original concepts by Tom Parker. One of our 2D artists, Ida, has painted custom leaf textures for over 10 species of Paleoflora so far. These textures will be used to dress the 3D models of our foliage. Being one of the less celebrated aspects of prehistoric ecosystems, we hope to bring a new appreciation of Paleoflora to the wider public once paleobotany releases down the line. So let's take a look at these Paleoflora, which we have the ginkgo, which looks very nice. These are 2D so far. With Chelsea, I think. Welwitschia? That one, these are a bit hard to pronounce. Ephedra? Or Ehydra? I don't know. The P might be silent. I don't know. But they look really good. And I can't wait to have them in the game. In other news, we've been carefully reviewing the main gameplay loop and we'll be working to address some pain points over the next few updates. Whether it's a system that feels too disconnected or one that's potentially more hidden than we'd like, we've been drafting up alternate design plans that we believe will make the game more fun and rewarding to play. Later in this dev diary, you'll get a better glimpse at one of these changes coming in Update 9, the Produce Station. For now though, let's focus on what's coming next in Update 8, such as the animals. The animal overhaul has been going really well. Our test dummy, the Protoceratops, has a brand new AI brain that directs it towards a random point, and the completely rebuilt animation controller drives the animal procedurally, strafing, turning, reversing, and moving at variable speeds to get to its destination. The locomotion system just came online at the time of writing, so we'll be providing you with a super early look at some development footage of the Proto navigating from point to point. Apologies for the presentation. Let's see if this will work. So here we go. Now, of course, they did say sorry of how it would probably look. But look at that. Oh yeah, you could definitely see those dynamic changes to where it just turns around, backs up, turns. Those turns look really smooth, and they could get smoother. But right now they look really smooth. You can definitely tell that there is that AI bit of stop where it gets to the turn. But pretty soon that will be like really smooth. And like it really does look smooth right now. It'll get much better though. There are a number of things here we'd like to polish over the next month, e.g. stopping jitter, correcting animation movement speeds, improving pathfinding accuracy, etc. But the overall potential for authentic and dynamic looking animals is totally there. And with further development, it's going to look so good. Now that we can get the animals moving, we can continue building everything that sits on top of that. Their needs, interactions for eating/drinking. We essentially need to reintroduce elements from the current game into a smarter way that contributes to the organic and procedural goals of this rework. One of our other key pillars with the animal overhaul was to make them run fast, not physically, but computationally. Where possible, these new underlining systems are all multi-threaded, meaning they are much more performant and optimized for modern predecessors. There's a lot more work to be done before the animals are completely ready to ship, but we are incredibly happy with where they're headed and can't wait to finish them up for you. Making an AI movement system this sophisticated requires a lot of time and research, so we thank you for being patient with us. Take all the time that you need to do your research, and so that the animation can be very sophisticated, and that can actually look really good. Now, as you had seen before hearing my voice, you heard Nigel Marvin talking about the new species, the Velociraptor. Now, I believe in the last Dev Diary, I said it was going to be Utahraptor, or Velociraptor. Now, I don't know if I said it was going to be Utahraptor. I think I said it was going to be Utahraptor, but I was wrong. But I don't know, I may have to go back onto that.
Meanwhile...
Alright, so I looked back on that video. I looked back on the footage from the last Dev Diary, and I was right! I didn't go with the Utahraptor unless that was the second choice. Velociraptor was my first choice, so I was right! I just literally forgot. But yeah, I was right. Huh. Well, how about that? It's small, it's speedy, you know it, you love it. I guess, well, most of us guessed it. It's the Velociraptor. Making a glorious return to Prehistoric Kingdom, this feathery fossil has been restored with a dashing, retractable mohawk. And a variety of bird-like calls, having once roamed the Cretaceous landscapes of Mongolia in the Gobi Desert. Everyone's favorite 3-foot turkey. Will be the next animal arriving in Update 8. This animal comes with 3 different skins: Dust Devil, Mirage, and Oasis. And each has a fun little design detail. Oasis has no scales on the snout. Mirage includes iridescence and sexual dimorphism. And Dust Devil is inspired by Roadrunners. If I am going to guess this right, I feel like the Mohawks, because if we take a look at here, we can see that this Mohawk is straight up into the air, and this one's kind of just going out a bit. But when they're like this, they're down. Except for this one. Oasis, yep, there's no scales on the snout. I really do love these skins. I was really hoping that they would have gone for a Roadrunner inspiration, and I'm very glad that they got it. I don't know what the Oasis is inspired by, but I like it. I really do like it. Mirage reminds me of, what is it? It reminds me of the raptors from Primeval. That's it. Those, especially the male. The males, but the Mirage skin reminds me of the Velociraptors or Deinonychus. They were technically the same in that show, but in Primeval. Tell me I'm not wrong. I'll put up a picture right covering the Dust Devil as a comparison. Whereas I'll put a Roadrunner over the Mirage so that we can compare it to Dust Devil. Dust Devil looks really good, and I was really hoping, like I said, I was really hoping that they would go for one that was Roadrunner inspired, like Roadrunner inspired, and they got it. Oasis, I don't know what's blah 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 blah. I can't talk. I don't know what it's inspired by, but it really does look good. But of how the Mohawks go for these animals will probably be like something that you would see in cockatoos or cockatiels, like those types of parrots. Like if they start to get like threatened, or if they start to have like they're just watching out. They'll probably... It depends on their behavior, I suppose. But they look really good. I have no problems with any of these skins. I mean, honestly, if I had to choose one over the other, I don't know. I'd probably choose all of them. But of course, I would just choose... Because each skin... Because these are all the same species. It's just... It depends on where they live is where they get these skins. So whatever works in the environment works for these skins. And so far, the ones that I can actually see working in this desert environment is Oasis and Dust Devil. I could see Oasis being somewhat of a male skin to that of the Dust Devil, but who knows? I mean, it's not, but that's what it just looks like to me. Moving on. The team had a lot of fun working on this animal. The raptors have a lot of personality, and despite only being a 2-star creature due to its size, it'll always be a 5 in our hearts. I don't doubt them. Tropical biome update. Humid air, sunny skies. Yep, the tropical biome is getting a total makeover in Update 8. Including 38 foliage items, the environment team have truly given our oldest biome a new life. And I will say it does look good. The banana tree, the bird's nest, coconut, elephant ear, fan palm, jungle floor, kapak, ladyfinger palm, monstera, palm grass, palm seedling, and Scavola, which has been unchanged, but the others have been changed. In addition to all these plants, we made some changes to the biome itself. The tropical dirt has now become a lovely leaf litter, and the Samania tree has been moved to gardening as it's no longer fit for the biome's aesthetic. I have no idea what tree they're talking about, but oh well. With all these improvements, the tropical biome looks absolutely gorgeous. All the assets have been updated to better resemble their real-life counterparts, so do keep in mind that existing parks might look a bit different depending on how you use the original plants. And why I'm almost sounding like a little bit of a crazy British man, I don't know, but it's not sounding British anymore. No, there it is. It's going back to British. What the heck? Why? I don't know why. But let's forget about it and take a look. This is a very fabulous picture of the notice, the blah blah, let's blah blah, the blah 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 of the Nasutoceratops. We also got a very good look at the ski. It's been a day. Okay, it's been. I'll probably just leave this then. Like, man, this dude's got problems. But no, it has been a day. It has been a day. But yeah, the Parasaurolophus, at least one of the subspecies, the smaller one. T-Rex looks amazing in the shot. Look at all the shadow textures. Looks so nice. And then we have a night picture at a Brachiosaurus. Previously known as land value, park beauty is a new mechanic that factors how attractive your zoo is into the park rating, looking at guest accessible areas to calculate what's bad and what's good. Since the last dev diary, park beauty now interacts with dung piles, and the score of an exhibit positively illuminating healthy habitats or marking poorly managed stinking enclosures as bad as the garbage when you just go out and dump it into the street. Or if you just see poop, like big elephant poop, just sitting there. This is not even part of the description. What the heck am I even going for? Well, it's just as garbage as the dumpster and yeah. By constructing gardens, statues, decorated structures, and placing foliage near your buildings, you'll quickly begin to cultivate high park beauty in the surrounding areas. If any area is pretty, guests are much more likely to use donation boxes and help give you I can't talk. I've said this like 3 times now. And help give the park help give the park an economic boost. I'm dying. What the heck? Anyways, looks pretty. Yeah. Well done, magnanimous Matt. Magnanimous _ Matt. Well done. On the other side of the spectrum, modules like power generators are a source of ugliness. Using walls, fences, or foliage, players in challenge mode will have to think about how they build their park to best obstruct the view from guests. Dadgum right! Jumping over to Update 9, we'd like to discuss one of the upcoming changes to the gameplay loop, with Park Beauty becoming a more central mechanic for challenge mode. The team's very keen to introduce more modules that provide a function or service for the park. Recently, it's become quite a big goal of ours to bring some management aspects out of the menus and back into the world, contextualizing the infrastructure Prehistoric Kingdom might need to operate. And with that, here's our first change. Produce stations are a large, customizable module that passively provide food for the park's animal feeders. I hit the wall. Placing a produce station in the park will have it automatically begin generating a single piece of stock every few seconds. Why am I hitting my leg? Cycling through one diet at a time. This means you'll get one plant, then one fruit, then one fish, etc. over the course of a minute before the cycle repeats. Dadgummit, yes. I'm sorry if this video has gone so crazy. I'm just going crazy now. It's probably due to caffeine, I don't know. Here we have our food for the vegetarians, or herbivores to be more exact. Fish for the carnivores, at least for some of them, and insects / bugs or arachnids for our insectivores. However, a produce station can also be specialized to only produce a certain diet. If you have a lot of herbivores in the early game, it might be worth setting the produce station to only generate plants, such as that. You're now getting way more plants, but you'll soon need a second produce station if you want something like carnivores to support. Luckily, with enough funds to support the upkeep, you can build a whole set of specialized produce stations to capitalize on the extra efficient... I can't talk. It's like the 4th time I mentioned it. Maybe the 3rd. Who knows? I'm not counting. The extra efficiency Changing the diet specialization of a produce station will also change its exterior farm area, so you'll always know what it's making at a glance. Players can specialize in plants, fruit, meat, fish, or insects, such as that. You might want to click on it. Yeah. I think way down there is meat. Or, no, actually it could be here. Because there's a shelter, so this is meat. That's insects. Here's the fish. Plants, and more plants. To better manage the park's food supply, we suggest researching some produce storage modules. These crates add These crates add to the... I can't talk! These crates add to the global storage capacity, allowing you to generate and hold more food. Anytime a feeder is resupplied out in the park, the required amount will be automatically taken out of storage, and on the off chance that you're making more food than your capacity allows, the excess produce will be sold off for a small profit, you know. And that's it! These two modules will eventually replace the shipping mechanic used in the current game, thank goodness. By bringing food production out of the menu and into the park itself, we hope to give the player more agency and choice in not only the speed of their food production, but where in the zoo they'll place them. It also opens opportunities for things like storms, power outages, and facilities breaking down to impact a system that was previously untouchable. The team looks forward to developing this idea and bringing it to you in Update 9. Community Spotlight. This was created by Carlos 200,000 in 22. Ooh. Created by Gemini 98. Very sinister. I like it. Looks very Jurassic Park aesthetic. I like it. And created by Lucy 257 with the Lambeosaurus in the desert. Oh, and it's not just Lambeosaurus. It's also Parasaurolophus. I didn't notice that. But they look really good, so... Thank you for reading June's Dev Diary. As development on Update 8 continues into July, we get a little bit closer to finally handling this update off to the public. There's quite a bit left to do on the animal side of things, but as mentioned, the team's very optimistic, and we are all looking forward to seeing it finished. Once we're happy and confident about hitting a specific release window, you'll know via our socials or in a dev diary. Until then, thank you very much, and we will see you next time, the PK team. Well, that's... honestly, I think that's... actually, I do have a little bit of thing to say. What the heck did I just go into this? Like, at first it was just, okay, there's a little bit of hype, and yeah, he's reading it just like he normally would, and then next thing you know, just goes full-on British, and then just crazy, and yeah, you get the whole idea. Just went crazy on this. Why? I don't know. Oh well. Other than that, that's it. So, if you guys enjoyed this dev diary and watching me go crazy and not speaking English, I'll see you guys next time.